right. Well, good. Huh? Oh, I did take a photo. Thank you for telling me that.
We'll wait on Miss Wright to get settled.
Yep. Miss Wright is not good at technology. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah. They got a picture of you clapping.
They
Picture of you clapping.
I know. I was like, all right, ready. All right. Well, we are going to begin the lesson. Okay. As Miss Lacey said, we are teaching this together. We have some very fun activities planned today. This is a science lesson. So, Miss Lacey, I'm going to give you the stage.
Right. Well, welcome class and welcome to science.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to have some fun today.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to begin our lesson day by doing an activity with Chex Mix. Who likes Chex Mix?
Oh, yes.
Me, I do.
I like some.
So, I'm going to explain the activity to you guys as Miss Wright is passing out the materials. So, Miss Wright is going to be passing out a Kleenex for you to place your Chex Mix on.
Yes.
Then we will be handing out a handful of Chex Mix onto your napkin. And then you guys are going to sort the Chex Mix into different groups.
Yes.
So you can do as many different groups as you feel necessary.
Yes.
Yes.
So we can do it after.
You can eat it after, but
After.
wait, after you do the activity. Because if you eat it before or during the activity, you can't do the activity. So it kind of like defeats the purpose.
Yes.
So we're going to pass out Chex Mix to everybody.
Yes.
And we would like everyone to wait until everyone has gotten their Chex Mix to begin.
Yes.
So Miss Wright's going to do that right now. And again, you're just going to be sorting that Chex Mix into different groups. Does anyone have any questions?
So what are we doing? What are we doing? Someone tell me what we're doing. Yes, sir.
You're giving us a Kleenex and Chex Mix, and we're sorting the Chex Mix into.
Yeah, so we are sorting the Chex Mix into different groups, and you need to have a reason behind why you are sorting the Chex Mix the way you are. That's really important, okay? So you are sorting the Chex Mix, and you can also do this with a partner if you want to beside you. You can collaborate. But yes, once you have your Chex Mix, you can start sorting them into different groups.
I did it. Tyler.
No.
Well, that's okay. Okay. You can start
So
sorting.
when you get your Chex Mix, this is your Chex Mix, so that doesn't mean that you need to be trading pieces with anyone. It doesn't really matter what you have as long as you sort it.
Tyler.
All right, so you have about 5 minutes to sort this Chex Mix into different groups. All right, I want to hear those reasonings, why you are grouping them the way you are. Here you go. All right, let me hear those conversations. Huh? You can work with your table. I want to hear those creative conversations. Why you are grouping the Chex Mix the way that you are. Oh, here's some good conversations, Lacey. Alright, so how are you organizing?
So is that how you organize your Chex Mix? You get 5 minutes till someone's over.
Good idea. Nice. Keep going. Keep going. I love it. Alright, buddy. How are you organizing your Chex Mix? Oh, in different colors.
Okay, so you classify everything.
I like that. Good job, buddy. That's awesome. Is that right? There's a jacket. That's your
Okay, but like, explain to me how
It looked like yours.
I got my order.
Are you classifying yours?
So you
Are
have
you
like a
new?
little bit of a dark
What's your name? Really? Really? Awesome. My name's Miss Wright. Nice to meet you. Where was Okay. Yeah, well, you're...
I got one
circle.
I got a circle.
How are you classifying your
I got 5 circles. I got 1 circle.
Oh, broken pieces. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Nice. I like that. That's great.
I separated it.
How did you classify yours?
Okay, so tell me how you girls organize your food.
The colors? I like that. Did you also classify it by different types? No, it looks like it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
So let me ask,
Nice.
So, are these two separate groups or this is just two groups?
You did both. Oh,
They're all separate. So you have 4 different groups. So you organize the waffles by color, and then you have the pretzels in one stack, and then the small bread things, stick things. Yeah, that's a good word.
Awesome job.
It has like a bunch of salt stuff on it.
So where are you gonna put it?
We're gonna put it on something like that.
I know, but like, how are you gonna organize it? What are you gonna put?
Not yet. Do not eat them. Okay, we're gonna do some more stuff with them. Okay.
What about you?
You can eat them when me and Miss Lacey say you can eat them. Okay.
Food! So what's the issue over here?
No, crazy. Alright, about 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Yeah, 1 more minute. Yes, sir.
Just take them off. I like these.
I'm loving it. Alright, what did you do?
No,
I love it. Look at mine. Mine's better. Nice. Give me that high, buddy. That's awesome. You're
Hey,
smart.
go look at mine.
All right. So
I think he has a lot.
Yes,
All right. So now I want to challenge you to sort them in a different way. So you have them sorted right now in the way that you originally did it, but now I want you to think about different factors, okay? And I want you to sort them in a different way, okay? So I want you to think about, I'm not going to tell you the different factors, but I want you to think about different factors and different ways that you can sort your Chex Mix, okay?
Little Jack, you have a question?
I'm already.
You're already done?
Well,
Okay.
I want to challenge you to sort it in a different way, okay? So you might have already done 2 ways, but I want you to do it 3 ways, okay?
Alright, so everyone does
Nice,
everyone
I like that. How do you classify that?
Okay, so things
That's
that
awesome.
you
I
did
love that.
not.
Yes, that is great thinking.
So the
Yes,
waffles
ma'am.
and the crunchy things. Will both of these be crunchy for you?
I love it. Yes, ma'am. That's great. What?
Okay. So how else could you sort these? Okay, now what is
Oh
this?
my goodness. You are awesome. I love that classification.
Okay, organize it again.
Yes. Oh, how did you classify it?
What are some other factors?
That's so awesome. I really like that. That's good.
Okay, so you have brown and you have gold and stuff. How else could you organize them?
So are we classifying it?
What makes these Chex Mix different? What are some factors that make them? I want you to think about them and then read them.
Tell me how I mean, I like this. That's so fun right here.
These are
I like it.
and these are waffles.
So, you got it. And hey, if let me know if you want to. I'll give it to you. Do not eat that off the floor.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Oh, wow. No, you didn't eat here.
You did
Huh?
all of those, but then you also did.
All right, about 1 more minute, okay? 1 more minute. Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome.
I like your
Okay.
Ooh, bam! Mind blown. Yes. Have you
Not really, I like that. So you categorize all of
like color? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love it. Are you doing any more presentations anytime soon?
They're random.
I want to come see it.
So you did the checks and everything else. I love that. Okay. How do you guys sort them? How could you read them to be different from what you I want you to think about that. Think about what factors make these similar. One for the most flavor. That is awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. Yeah, you see like there's more seasoning.
All right, about 10
actually, you're good since your stuff's on the other desk. Just make sure you're paying attention. Alright. So now we're going to go into a discussion about how we grouped our check mix. So you will share your initial way of organizing your check mix and then what you did second. So how you regrouped it to make it different. So if you guys would like to volunteer, just go ahead and raise your hand.
Ooh, we got so many volunteers. Look at that.
Becca.
So first I did my color and then put the two sticks together, and then what I did now is do grouping with the opposite color.
Yeah. I liked Becca's because she did the opposites. So that was a very creative way of grouping her text mix.
That's awesome.
I
Becca
know.
was thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thinking we want to see from you.
Yes.
Alright, Jack in the back.
First I organized it with the dark pieces of checks and then the light pieces of checks on another one, and then the pretzels and then the breadsticks and then brown things.
Oh.
Gotcha. So you did it by color initially, and then you separated it or regrouped it again by the different types of checks that were in it, correct? Perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
Sophia.
So I had my pretzels, the breadstick, and the normal check. So I sorted it by which one had more flavor, and the brown ones ended up having more flavor, and the white ones didn't.
So did you taste them to see which one had more flavor?
I actually smelled flavor.
You smelled them. Okay.
Wow, she
I
followed
like it.
the rules.
So do you see how she thought about different factors like flavor, other than she was reaching beyond just the physical looks of
Yes.
it. So we really like that kind of
taste.
thinking.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. You.
I did it by colors, and then I did it by broken.
I like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
First, I did it by shapes, and then I did it by light and dark.
So what do you mean by shapes? What kind of different shapes did you have? Like a longer shape?
Like a
And greedy.
Like a random shape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
good.
guys, remember that our expectation was that we were at a level 0 and other people were talking.
We want to give other people respect like they give you when you talk.
Yes, ma'am, you.
At first, I just did it by shape, and if it was the same shape, I would do it by color. And then the second time, I did it just by color, and then I turned both colors into like a little bed, and then one of the broken pieces was like a person, and then there were like pillows right here, so I made 2 beds.
Oh, wow.
Now
That's
see that you
very
did that by
creative.
color.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome.
That's great. Yeah.
Yes, RJ.
So first what I did is I separated them by color, and then like the breadstick things. So I flipped them over and looked to see how the tray works, and then I separated them like that.
Okay, so you had 4 different of the breadsticks, and then you categorized them into 2 separate groups. Even though they're the same thing, you did 2 separate things. One with a darker underside and then with a lighter.
Wow.
So that's a really good
I really like
observation.
that,
I like
yeah.
that.
That's
We
great.
also saw that with other examples.
Yeah. All right.
Little guy.
So what I did, I put the chocolates together, basically, so I did it by shape. And then I put the pretzel, and then I put my 2 breadsticks, and then my 3 potato chips.
Awesome. That's great.
So thank you, Jack, for sharing. That's going to be our
Yes.
last share for this session. But you see how everyone really had something different. Everyone categorized their check mix in a different way. We had some people do it by color, by flavor,
Shape.
shape, broken
Size. Yeah.
size, broken pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what? Maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Characters. Yeah. So there's so many different ways that you can classify things. What are some more things that you can classify like in the real world? What are some things you can classify? Yes. A pencil?
So like maybe like a group of things.
Yes.
Like so you had a group of check mix. What are things in the real world that you can group together? Sophia.
Animals.
Animals.
Animals,
Perfect.
great.
Anyone else have anything? Lily.
Types of like trees.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's
you can.
awesome.
Yes.
Make sure you raise your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Different types of fruit.
Different types of fruit. Love it. Yes.
Different buttons.
Okay. Is that something that you did in class? Yeah. Good job. I love that.
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay. Yes, ma'am.
Different flavors
Of Oreos. Yes. All right. One more. Yes, in the back. Yes, sir.
Of car brands.
Of car brands?
brands.
Yes. That's great.
That's awesome. So there are a lot of things in life that are like normal things, like going to the grocery store. How is the grocery store set up? It's set up. It's categorized, right? You have all the you have the cold section. You've got the cans. You've got the dairy. You've got the flowers. The
Sweets.
Yeah.
The
So
toys.
So there are a lot of things that we do in our everyday lives that are categorized. So we're going to go a little bit more detail with animals.
Yes. So today we are going to classify animals. Okay. So what I'm going to do is you are going to get into groups. Okay. How are we going to group them in here?
Yes, but wait just a second until we get my next.
So yeah, I'm actually yes. You can eat your Chex Mix, but if we see that it becomes a distraction, we will dump it in the trash. Okay. So that would be very unfortunate. Yes, you can eat them, but if it becomes a distraction, we will put it in the
But
trash.
let's wait to eat them until we explain the directions for
Yes.
what we're going to do next.
Yes. Okay, so what I want y'all to do is we're gonna group y'all into groups. Okay, so
So this group, U4 right here will be group 1.
yes.
U5 will be group 2. U4 will be group 3. And then let's see. U4
And
will
then
be group 5, and then these three and
Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pass out these is everyone's eyes up here? Hey, boys and girls. Boys and girls. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be passing out these animal trading cards to each group. So what you're going to do when I pass these out to your group, you're going to group these animals into 2 groups. So just like you just organized your Chex Mix, you're going to do the same thing with these animals, and you're going to put them in 2 groups. You have to have a reason behind why you're categorizing them the way you are, okay? And you're not going to have any animals left over, so you're going to have 2 groups, okay? So how many groups are you going to have? 2. And what are we doing? Oh, classifying, yes. Yes.
Perfect. So I'm going to give you guys a strategy that you can use to help you.
Okay.
So if you guys want to, you can grab an expo marker and write this on your desk. So you can
Wait, are y'all
keep chart.
Okay, chart.
And then you'll have group 1 and group 2, because remember, we're only classifying these animals into 2 groups. And if you guys want, you are allowed to use your Chromebooks to go into Art Bookshelf to find resources on these animals that are within the Zippy bag
Yes.
to better classify them.
And we
So-
also want to see you collaborating with your group. We don't want to see one person doing all the work. We want to see y'all together as a group putting these animals into how many different groups? 2 different groups. Okay, so you're going to have about 5 to 10 minutes to do this, okay?
Here's a bunny.
All right, let me see y'all group it. Are y'all all working together? Are y'all all working together? Right, so 2 different groups.
What kind of categories?
All right, okay, nice. That's great. Y'all doing good over here? That's smart. Put them all in front.
How about guys categorizing yours?
What did y'all classify? Oh, nice. Okay, so notice how you put them together.
And then when you're done,
Okay, great, love it. How are we doing over here? them all out. And within an hour category. You're on the
Hey,
right track,
guys,
guys. Keep going, keep going. And we're good over here. How are y'all classifying? Ocean Land. Oh, good job, guys. That's awesome.
Where should I put this fat?
How are y'all doing? Yeah? Nice.
What about this
So what makes a man a mammal?
How do you guys floppy? Wait.
That is a.
They're debating whether they want to be mammal
What
or
about this
non-mammal.
thing? It's got some dots.
Yeah, but not that snake.
What about this? What is this?
Continually.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? You were
Dude, that was
Next to 100. Let's just look up this stuff.
Put this slimy
Yes.
and you can put this. We can put it in the middle.
Okay.
Alright, so here's
Put it in the middle. Put it in the middle.
Okay.
That's a very
in the tomato sauce.
yeah.
Keep going. I want you to.
Go ahead. Alright guys, so are we done over here? Do we go ahead and
Alright, you have about 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. We don't. That's fine. Okay, so now.
That's fine.
Everything else is water.
Yes, that's a great observation. I really like What? Yes, you have the great source.
Put this somewhere.
I like that.
You're all working together.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, 1 more minute. 1 more minute.
So you're showing us stick out? Butterflies are furry. Butterflies are furry.
1 more minute, okay?
Snails are furry.
All dogs go to hell. Okay, yes, yes,
Go ahead and head back to your seats, or go ahead and take a seat if you are not near your desk, because we are going to have a group discussion. So the group in the back, go ahead and just finish where you're at for right now, and go ahead and sit down for me. So 5, 4, thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to have a discussion of how you grouped your animals, okay? So I'm going to raise your hand. Actually, we're going to go around to each
We'll
group.
go around in a group. So we'll start with this group and we'll end with this group. So again, before we begin our discussion, when people are talking, what are we doing?
Listening.
You're listening, and your voice is at what level?
0.
0. So thank you. We need to make sure we are being respectful of our peers, because we can learn a lot from our peers if we just take the time to listen.
We can. Thank you, Stacey.
No problem.
All right, group 1. How did you classify your animals into 2 groups?
What we did is we did one with patterns.
One with patterns. Oh, like the animals, like on their back. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Then we also also did animals.
Animals and non-animals.
They're all
I think they're all animals. Do you mean like mammals and non-mammals?
Animals and
No, I mean
insects.
like
Oh, animals and insects. Okay, yes, they're all animals. But yes, I love that. Okay, that's great.
Yes, I really like how they thought outside of the box
I do too.
with the patterns because that's something I wouldn't even think.
No,
of. So they classified their groups into animals with patterns and then animals without patterns.
Yes.
So I really like that.
That's awesome. All right, group 2. How did y'all classify your animals?
The
Yes.
first one we did, it was a land animal or a water animal.
Oh,
And then the
okay.
second one we did a hairy animal or a bald animal.
Oh, I like that. Hairy animals versus non-hairy animals.
So
That's
how did you guys think of something like that? Fur versus no fur.
I think it was not a fur because almost every animal has a.
okay. Which animals did not have fur?
And
Animals, they have
Okay.
feathers.
pretty much
Wow.
So what is fur? Like fur is how like a characteristic, right? That animals may or may not have.
Yeah.
So that's really good taking into consideration of similarities and
The
differences
physical,
between
yes,
animals.
I love that.
Bald eagles have feathers, not fur. Can I say?
Yes, okay, that's okay. Like
It's
this is a learning
hair.
process, so it's okay. It's okay to like learn from mistakes.
All right,
So
boys and
again,
girls.
we're at level 0. So the back group, go ahead and share what you guys did.
So we did. First thing we did was aquatic animals, land animals, and
Okay.
then the flying animals, animals that can fly, and then the animals that can't fly.
Yeah, so I'm really loving the variety of ways that you guys.
Y'all are really thinking outside the box. Like, this is really impressing us. This is really great.
All right, so our group right here in the middle.
First we did water animals and then land animals.
Okay,
And the second one we did mammals and then
Yeah,
perfect.
that's awesome.
And
Yeah.
how did you distinguish which were mammals and which were not mammals? Yes.
the mammals have backbones and the non-mammals
Okay.
Well, okay.
So
Yeah.
that. I like how you're thinking.
I like how
about
you're
that.
thinking. Yes.
So we're gonna actually address that a little bit later in our lesson today. Okay.
Yes.
All right, our final group.
we did fast animals and not fast animals.
I like that.
And we did harmful animals and
Water animals and land animals.
harmful animals and non-harmful.
So what would be an example of a harmful animal?
Like a spider, like spiders and
Okay.
snakes.
So things that may hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well guys, that was some really good thinking. I like how you guys were thinking outside of the box.
Yes.
You came up with so many different classifications. You did it by fast and slow animals, by designs and not designs. You did it by flying and not flying. So that was some really great discussions. So I'm really proud of you guys for that.
Yes. So today we are going to be learning about classification, vertebrates, and invertebrates. Okay, so what have you been doing over the last couple of minutes? Yes.
Classifying animals.
Classifying animals and your Chex Mix, right? So yes. So what is classification? What have you been doing over the last couple of minutes? Yes. Grouping things. Yes, that's great. That's a great characteristic of classification. Yes, sir. Huh? Sorting. Yes, you were sorting out the Chex Mix. You were sorting out the animals. Yeah, I love it. Yes, Colin.
Organizing.
Organizing, yes. So those are all characteristics of classification. So classification is when animals are organized in groups based on similarities or differences they share. So y'all just did that, and that was great. You all did an amazing job. And so the characteristics of classification are organizing, sorting, and grouping. So y'all did an amazing job with that. And then all animals are grouped together by...
Vertebrates and invertebrates. And I heard a couple of you guys talking about this, so that was a really good observation that I had from you guys. So, vertebrates, like a wolf, are animals with what?
Backbone.
With a backbone,
Yes.
right? And invertebrates, like ladybugs or insects, invertebrates are animals without backbone. So, which one has a backbone?
Invertebrates.
Vertebrates have a backbone.
Yes.
Invertebrates
Have no backbone.
Yes.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So you guys, it seems like you guys have a pretty good understanding of that already.
Yes. All right, so now we're going to kind of dive deep into vertebrates. So vertebrates are classified into smaller groups. There are 5 different groups. How many are there? 5 different groups. Okay, so these are the 5 different groups. So the first one is fish. These are aquatic animals characterized by gills. Okay, the second category is birds. Animals that are characterized by feathers and beaks. The third ones are mammals. Animals that are characterized by hair, fur, and 4 limbs. What's a limb? Yes. Your arm or leg, yes. Reptiles. Animals that are characterized as cold-blooded and having scales on their bodies. And then amphibians. Animals that are characterized as cold-blooded and moist, scaleless skin. So what is a vertebrate? Just yell it out. Animal with a backbone. How many categories of vertebrates are there? 5. Okay, let's list them together, okay? So the first one is what? Fish. Second one? Birds. Mammals. Okay, hey,
Just
back
to make this all a little bit clearer. So we have invertebrates. And we have vertebrates. So invertebrates are just invertebrates. There's no more classifications.
No.
Invertebrates, there's only the single group of invertebrates. But vertebrates have how many different groups?
5.
5. So what are they? Someone yell it out.
Fish, birds, mammals, reptiles, and amphibians.
Awesome. Okay, what do vertebrates have?
Backbone.
What do invertebrates have?
No
Oh
backbone.
my goodness, so smart. Yes.
Alright, so invertebrates are just invertebrates. There's
Yes.
nothing, no more classification for
Just
just
animal with no
So
back.
vertebrates, they have 5 different classifications. Fish, birds, mammals, reptiles, and amphibians. So there is a difference. So remember that vertebrates are broken down into further categories.
Yes.
Classified further down. So I'm going to pass out a vocabulary term sheet to help you guys remember the different characteristics of vertebrates, as well as what classification is and invertebrates.
Yes. So now what I want you to do is, I see some of you put your animal cards away. That is okay. But now what I want you to do is, I want you to take the vertebrate section, okay, and now I want you to classify them down to the 5 different categories, okay? So you're going to take the vertebrates out of your animal trading card bag, and you're going to classify them into the 5 different categories. You're going to give
It's a big
Write those down for me.
Alright, so what are we doing? Are we classifying them as vertebrates? 5 different categories? Yes.
I don't
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hey guys,
Hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All eyes up here, please. Grip in the back.
Group in the back. So, just to further clarify what we're doing, you are going to categorize your animal trading cards into 2 groups, so vertebrates and invertebrates.
Yes.
So just simply do it by these 2 groups. Do not do the 5 different categories for vertebrates.
Yes.
There's one right behind you.
This is a fish. It has backbone. It's not a bird.
Alright, so you guys can go ahead and get back to work with your groups. You're going to be classifying your animals that you have into vertebrates and invertebrates. So animals with a backbone.
Yeah,
Out of
so
that.
Miss Wright made a mistake, okay? I thought that we had already classified them into invertebrates and vertebrates. We're not classifying the vertebrates into 5 different categories yet. We're just classifying the invertebrates and the vertebrates, okay? So, yes. Teachers can make mistakes too.
Okay.
Well, no. So you have access to take another. How are we doing over here?
Are you already classified in
Alright, so now I want to challenge you to classify the vertebrates in the 5 different categories since you got that really fast, okay? Awesome.
Seth is in there.
So what about you guys are wrong. How does
Because when I smashed fish too, so what's a vertebrate?
there's two different body parts.
Has back legs and
You
you
smash it there and
that's what we're classifying.
What is it though? Right there,
So
right?
you guys are going to vertebrates and what's a vertebrate?
Wait, this is a mammal.
Well, that's what they call it.
So
So if this is like the back over the hard shell, what about the snail?
That's a bird.
there's not.
So I want you guys to think about that.
That's why when you kill
Alright, what you guys got? What is your invertebrate category? Already did that? You're classified in
Yeah.
further?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, why?
I can find another one.
Do mammals lay eggs?
I know, right?
No.
That's
Mammals like have actual babies.
Like us.
Like us. So I said when like a woman is having a baby, it doesn't come in the form of an egg, does it? No. It comes out as a baby. Same thing with like bears. Same we have a bear. This mama bear has how do they come out? They come out looking like bears. They don't come out in a egg. No. Alright, so you classified your burgers in the 5 different categories, correct? What were the different categories?
Fish.
Okay. Birds.
And then this is the reptiles.
So what is that? A snail? So does snail have a backbone or not? No, then what is it? So is it an invertebrate or invertebrate? So it seems like you guys are pretty good at reading. Do you have any questions?
No.
Birds lay eggs. I forgot.
Alright, y'all got 1 more minute.
Sometimes they lay eggs though. Did you almost every time? No, me when I throw them away. Crabs or no backbone? Crabs?
Oh, you're going in under star.
How come were you in kindergarten?
Probably 2 foot. Oh. 4 foot.
Alright, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Alright, I want you to get back with your groups. Everyone, I want you to sit down. Is everyone following directions? I still see a few people who aren't quite following directions. I still see a couple people.
Alright.
Alright, all eyes up here. Okay, so what Miss Lacey and I are going to do is we are going to call out an animal, and if it is a vertebrate, you're going to put your thumb up, okay? And if it's an invertebrate, I want you to put your thumb down, okay? Is that
That's
good?
not what we do.
Alright, so if it's a vertebrate, what are you going to put your thumb up?
Up.
Yes, and then if it's an invertebrate,
Down.
Okay, so the thumb up means with a backbone, the thumb down means without a backbone.
So this requires
okay?
no talking.
What?
So this requires no talking.
Yes, this requires no talking. You're exactly right. Love that. Alright, so the first animal, I'm actually going to mark this off just so I know what that's called. Yep, okay. So, ant. Were you talking? Okay, next one, dog. Invertebrate or vertebrate? Nice job, vertebrate. A dog does have a backbone. That's awesome. Okay. Eagle. All thumbs up. Yep, an eagle is a vertebrate. It does have a backbone. A dolphin. Okay, so I saw some thumbs down, some thumbs up.
I see some thumbs in the middle.
Yes.
So this is one where we can discuss.
Yes.
So who thinks that it is a vertebrate?
Why do you think they can dive down?
All right. Colin, explain to me why you think they're a vertebrate.
Okay, so a dolphin has a backbone because it helps the dolphin swim. And some people might think it doesn't because when it jumps it like doesn't hurt, but it does because when it's swimming around.
Okay, so who thinks that it is an invertebrate? Oh, I saw some answers earlier.
Yeah.
So who said that they were originally an invertebrate who changed their mind?
And it's okay. Just be honest. Be honest with us.
Why could someone think that a dolphin might be an invertebrate? Can anyone answer that for me? Yes.
We didn't say that it was
Okay.
It's okay.
but the reason why somebody might is because it swims underwater and they may think it's like a crab.
Yeah.
So we know like most aquatic animals
Don't have that.
don't have backbones. So yeah, that could be a reason,
Yeah.
misconception
Yes.
of why people may think that dolphins don't have backbones, but they
Yeah.
actually do. So they're a vertebrate.
Yes. All right. Next animal, frog. Vertebrate or invertebrate? You are correct. That is a vertebrate. Frog has a backbone. All right. Next one, jellyfish. Yep, that is an invertebrate. A jellyfish does not have a backbone. You are exactly right. Okay. A crab. Invertebrate. All right, invertebrate. Yep, crabs do not have a backbone. Okay, a butterfly. Invertebrate or vertebrate? Yep, it is an invertebrate. A butterfly does not have a backbone. Okay. What about a horse? It has a backbone. You're right. That is a vertebrate. All right, a mouse. What about a mouse?
That's a mouse. I thought it was a hamster.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hamster, mouse. It's same thing, kind of. Okay. Is a mouse or hamster have a backbone? Yes, that is a vertebrate. Snake. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of thumbs down. I'm seeing some thumbs up. This is a discussion question.
Alright, Leah, tell me why you think a snake is a vertebrate.
Because it moves around. It's flexible.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's think about. Remember how vertebrates are classified into different categories? So, do you think a snake would fit into one of those categories? Jack, what do you think?
I think it's a reptile because it has scales on its body.
Perfect. And how did you know that information? What resource did you use?
The slide.
The slideshow, and also you can use your classification vocabulary term sheet
Yes.
to help you understand the characteristics of a reptile, which a snake
It's a
represents.
great explanation. So yes, a snake falls under the reptile category. So it does have a backbone. Okay, a rabbit. All right, yep, a rabbit does have a backbone. It is a vertebrate. All right, a starfish. A starfish. No backbone? You're exactly right. No backbone is an invertebrate. Okay. Oh, there it is. That's a sea star. Snail.
No.
A snail. No? Yep, you're exactly right. Snail is an invertebrate. No backbone. What about spider? All right, yep, you're exactly right. Spider's an invertebrate, no backbone. Okay, owl. Owl? Yes, yep, you're exactly
How
right.
do you know that an owl is a vertebrate?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of category is an owl?
A bird.
A bird. Yes. Is that part of the 5 different categories of a vertebrate? Yes. Good job. Yes. All right. A fish. A fish. What?
A vertebrate.
A vertebrate? Yes, it is a vertebrate. It does have a backbone. What about a kangaroo?
Yes.
Yes, has a backbone. It's a vertebrate. What?
Most animals that are vertebrates can stand upright.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's a good observation. I like that. All right, we have a couple more. A wasp. No, a wasp is an invertebrate. It does not have a backbone. A ladybug.
No.
Exactly right. It is an invertebrate. Does not have a backbone. And an octopus. No. Does not have a backbone. That is an invertebrate. So those are all the different animals that you have.
There's a cricket.
A what?
A cricket.
Oh,
Grasshopper.
yep. What is that?
No.
No, it's an invertebrate. No,
It's actually a locust.
Frog is an amphibian. It's a cricket. That's what it is. It's called locust. Yeah. Okay. You put it down.
That's a good way of putting it.
Alright guys, one more thing. Okay guys, so what do we know about the invertebrate category? That is what? They don't have a backbone, but it's also what? Not classified further, right? So there's no other categories for invertebrates. So they're all grouped together. What about invertebrates? How many different categories do we have for them? 5. Yes. So we have 5 different categories. So we are going to circle different animals that are in each category.
Yes.
So our first color is going to be blue, and we're going to be circling birds. Animals that would fall under the birds category. So out of the animals that are up here on the board, which would fall into the bird category?
Owl.
Vertebrate. Owl. Anything else? Eagle.
Horse.
Anything else?
Horse.
Okay, remember what?
A horse.
Okay, guys, I can't hear anyone when everyone's talking. Yes.
A horse.
A horse? Are you being serious?
No.
No. Okay. Remember our expectations that we talked about before we started? Keep those in mind.
Yes.
So we have an eagle and owl, and what characteristics let them be classified as birds?
Wings.
Wings and what else? Tyler.
They have 2 feet.
Okay, so we can reference our classification terms to help us understand what makes birds qualify for this category. So they're categorized by feathers and beaks, okay? Perfect. So we're going to go on to the next. We have fish. Who can tell me one of these animals that are in the fish category? Lily.
Fish.
Perfect.
Which is
Yeah.
really Nemo.
Anything else?
There's one more. Well,
Not on there.
no, there's not.
All right. Mammals. Who can tell me a mammal? Leah.
A dolphin.
Okay.
Yes. Good job.
Becca, tell me a mammal.
A horse.
Horse.
Good job.
I got one.
Aiden, tell me a mammal.
Hamster.
Mouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Jack, tell me a mammal.
Rabbit.
Perfect.
Nice.
Tell me a mammal. Cyan. I was trying to think.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. Anything else?
I got one.
Oh. Yes, ma'am. Dog. Perfect.
Ant.
All right. We're going to move on to the amphibians.
Yes.
So who can tell me amphibians? Lily? Is it Lily? Okay. Frog.
Yep. You're exactly right.
A ladybug.
Yep.
Did they know?
No.
Nope. And what is a snake?
A reptile.
Reptile. How do you know?
Because it has scales.
I'm just gonna circle one.
Okay.
All right, so we just classified the vertebrates into the 5 different categories, okay? So now we're gonna wrap up the lesson. What are the 3 things that we talked about most today? Yes, ma'am.
Classification.
Classification, what is classification? Grouping, what else? Organizing. Yeah, so we did a lot of classifying today. All right, what is another thing that you learned today? Yes, ma'am.
Vertebrates.
Vertebrates, what is a vertebrate, class? Yes, okay, bonus points. What are the 5 different categories of vertebrates? Yes. Yes.
Oh, bird,
Birds,
Fish.
fish.
amphib-
Yes, amphibian.
reptiles and mammals.
Yes, you nailed it. Awesome job. All right, the last one. What did we learn today? Yes, the last thing. Invertebrates, class. What is an invertebrate? Yes. All right, well, that is the end of our lesson. You all did an amazing job. We want to thank you for behaving so well.
Treat.
And I don't know.
Alright, I need you guys quickly to go back to your own desk. I'm going to give you your multiplication paper for today, and then we have to have our spelling bee.
Mistakes.